Hey everybody, Prepper1 here. Today is Saturday. It is September, listen, I'm getting ahead of myself. August 21st, 2021. We got a light sprinkle happening right now. I've had a little bit of rain off and on today. Nothing major, but so anyway, let's get into the topic of this video. Well, first we'll go over here. Hurricane Henri is bearing down and looks like, oh look at the butterfly on the pile of poop. Isn't that pretty? It's actually a pretty butterfly though, I will say that, but its choices of resting areas are a lot to be desired. Let's do this. We'll do it so you guys can see it really good. Isn't that nice? Nice butterfly on the poop. Just what you wanted to see in the video, I'm sure. Alright, so Hurricane Henri barreling down. It's now been upgraded from a tropical storm to a Category 1 hurricane. And it looks like it's going to make landfall in New York. New York City, to be exact, area, Long Island. So those folks down there definitely need to get ready for that because there's not a lot of hurricanes hitting in that area generally. So we're going to go back here real quick because I have not even checked at all today. So first of all, I want to just, everybody down there that is going to be dealing with that. See, people think that, wow, will that hurricane affect you? Oh, let's see what we got here. We got one over here. We got one here. Alright, let's check the other side. Will that hurricane affect us? I'm 400 miles away from New York City. So, we generally don't have, if we get anything, oh, here we go, now we hit the mother lode. Let's see. There's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Alright, so we'll take a look in here, make sure there's none on the floor. It's actually a pretty good amount of eggs for the day so far. I'm not going to complain. I don't know if I'll get any more, but I will definitely come back out later and check and see if there is any more. But 8's not bad. I'll take 8. And as you can see, thick neck she did lay today. So, but anyway, so we never know when these things are going to happen, when these weather events are going to happen. And, I think the reason I got 8, I gave them mealworms last night. It was like crack for chickens. Maybe I'll do that. You guys want to see the chickens go crazy? We'll do crack for chickens. Called mealworms. Set that down there. We never know when these weather events are going to happen. Weather events can come out of nowhere. So that's another reason why. Oh, I don't have my other keys with me. I can't unlock the building to give them that. But anyway, when I do give them that, it's very funny to watch. They go crazy. But yeah, but mealworms are the equivalent to crack cocaine for chickens. They absolutely go nuts over them. But anyway, let's walk over here real quick. Look at these guys. Not quite ripe yet, but man, they're getting some good size to them. Yeah, they're all hard still. Yep, but they're looking good. Looking good. Lots of peaches off of little bitty trees. When I lived in Greece, New York, I had a peach tree. Smaller than both of these two trees, okay? And every year that peach tree was loaded with peaches. I don't know what it was. And then the squirrels would get every last one of them. I never got one peach off that tree to eat because the squirrels would come in. Because, when you're in suburbia, the squirrels are just rampant. But, yep, so. Anyway. But this is the reason why we prep for events like this, guys. Because the unknown is, you don't know what's going to happen. So when you have those type of things going on, it is that unknown factor is not a lot of fun. So I still think that Becky's place came out really, really good so far. We still have to throw the second coat on. The backside, I still got to do the high work on the backside. They did the low work. But Mom and I went out today, and I want to kind of give you an idea. This is kind of where our society is and stuff like that now. Hair on there. So a couple of years ago, I'm going to say, I don't know, 3, maybe 4 years ago, there's a town nearby that every year they do an annual town-wide garage sale. I mean, it's crazy, the amount of garage sales that they have in this town. And so we were there this year. And so it's like 3-4 years ago, I think it was probably 4 years ago. It was loaded. I mean, just unbelievable amounts of garage sales with a lot of good stuff. And, we got some good deals. So Mom and I went down there this morning to check out this, town-wide garage sale again. Not even nearly as many as there used to be, number one. Number two, it was mostly crap, which was so disappointing. So disappointing. But what are you going to do? I mean, those things happen. When you go garage sailing, it's a hit or miss kind of endeavor. Sometimes you hit the mother lode. You never know, and that's the thing. You could hit 10 or 15 crappy garage sales in a row, and then all of a sudden you hit the great one where you get all kinds of good stuff. You just never know. There's little Miss. Oh, Miss Molly, why are you laying in the water, sweetie? Look at you. Look at her tail, guys. Her whole tail's wet. What are you doing, sweetie? Why are you laying in that water? Okay, let's get that out of there. This four-wheeler is going to come in very handy when I get down to West Virginia, just so you know. It will come in very, very handy in West Virginia. That is funny. Look at her whole tail's wet. She probably didn't even know it. She was sleeping and did not even realize that her whole tail was sitting in the water. So anyway, getting back on topic, which would probably be a good thing, right? This hurricane is happening down. The governor, who's still a governor for the moment, Cuomo, has called up 500 National Guard members to help get ready and help with any efforts needed from the results of the hurricane. I think that the last major hurricane that hit in that area was Sandy, if I'm not mistaken, and that caused quite a significant amount of damage. There was flooding. It was not a good situation, not a good scene. I will never forget, and this is again, these are the things that that stick with me. So when the last hurricane hit in New York there, they had the news cameras down there. They're always down there like vultures, looking at all the different stuff and getting the stories of the latest tragedy that's happening. And they had this lady, and I'll never forget this. And she's sitting there and she's wailing and crying, and why aren't they helping us? Why aren't you helping yourselves? See, this is what I don't understand. I really, really don't understand. It's not like, oh my God, we have these tragedies once in a blue moon, and so, I wasn't prepared because I didn't know it was going to happen. These tragedies like this, these weather events, they happen. And it amazes me the number of people still that do absolutely nothing and then get all exasperated, and why aren't they rushing in to help them right away? You need to be proactive, folks. You really, really do. Being proactive to help yourself, to help your own situation. Again, what lessons have we learned? Now, I will tell you this right now. I know for a fact, I've been in contact with a few different people that are down in that region, and they dealt with Hurricane Sandy, and for them, they told me, Ed, that was my wake-up call. They said, that was my wake-up call. They said, You know, I realized how poorly prepared I was. She's so cute, even with the tail all wet. You know, they realized how poorly they were prepared. They said, I'll never be caught in that situation again. So a lot of times these type of events are wake-up calls for people, which is a good thing. It should be a wake-up call. With all the different weather events that have happened and continue to happen and stuff like that, these things should be a huge wake-up call for people. But unfortunately, a lot of people, it never is. It is never a wake-up call for them, and they continue to do nothing and then wonder why they're not getting any help when that time comes. It is amazing to me, truly, truly amazing. But it happens constantly, absolutely happens constantly. Well, the rain is starting to come down a little bit heavier now. I want to go in here, and I want to see where we're at here. We're bringing in more power than we're using. We're only bringing in 370 on the one side and 200 on the other side, kilowatt hours. And the batteries are at 2559. So not horrible, but it is bringing in more than it's using still, so that's a good thing. But I knew that today would not be a great solar day. Like I said, it's been overcast and cloudy pretty much all day long. So what we have to do in those type of situations, for those of you that are newer that don't know, I have the backup generator here. So what I'll do, if I need to later tonight, I'll run this for a couple of hours just to top the batteries off to give us more of a charge so we have no issues through the night. Because what will happen if the batteries, I'll explain this really quickly. If the batteries get, let me show you where we're at here. All right, so it's saying that, we're at 2560 now, so it's actually putting in a little bit more than we're using. So if this gets down to 23.5, that's what we set the alarm for, 23.5. The batteries can go down, 22.5 is 50% max of your batteries. So we set it for 23.5. If the batteries go to 23.5s, it'll kick the power off. Bam, power gets kicked off. So what happens is then we have to come out, start the generator. What the generator does is it runs both of the houses, but at the same time charges the batteries. So that is a good feature of that. And so we try to avoid that. I don't like to let the batteries get that low. So, you know, I'll probably charge this. And the funny thing is, okay, so you probably say, well, how much does it use? Okay, so I went to bed last night, probably at 11 o'clock. The batteries were at 2610, okay? And never alarmed, no issues. We've been running all day with no problem, and it's been kind of overcast all day. So that's how, you know, I mean, it drains it out really slowly. But if you have a day like today where you don't have a whole lot of sunshine, where you haven't brought in a tremendous amount of power, that's when it's an issue. When you have more cloudy and overcast than sun, it definitely makes a difference that way. So I hope that kind of explains how that system works. You know, it's all part of the system. But anyway, I am going to jump off here for now, guys. I hope everybody's having a great day. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I definitely want to hear your thoughts on the hurricane and how prepared people are for it, which I will guarantee you most of those people down there, Long Island, New York City, they're not prepared at all. Most of them are not, because that's what they do. They do nothing. And then when the emergency happens, then they wail and moan and complain. It's a constant thing. I don't understand the mindset. I really don't. But anyway, I'm going to jump off here for now. I hope you all are doing great. Remember, we are all in this together. We are one race called the human race, and as soon as we can figure that out, we're going to be in much better shape. Also remember to hug and kiss the ones that you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow's not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life, so it's really important, and we tell the people that we care about every day how we feel. Last but not least, STD. Step, thing, and day. It's one step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you're trying to do, whatever you're trying to accomplish, you can do it. The only one that can stop you from reaching those goals is you. That's it. Nobody else can stop you. Stay positive, stay away from the negativity, and you're going to be just fine. Alright? I will talk to you all later. I hope everybody's having a great day. Prepper Nurse 1, out for now.